Right, so for today's class, we're going to learn how to shift our weight on our hands and activate our shoulders, because everything ripples up when you're upside down. Ripples, starting from the ground and it ends to the other. So maybe your feet, it ends to the feet. Anyway, learning how to trust our hands. Just like the other day, we were talking about our ability to flex, to grip the mat and press the ground away, and shifting our weight onto our hands. So stacking our wrists and our shoulders. And you set up yourself first into your tabletop position. And notice how you align your elbow and your shoulders, and the way you place your hands towards the floor, pressing through the palms. And let's understand external rotation of the shoulders and internal rotation of the shoulders. You can do this a few rounds, and then create an external rotation of the shoulders as you press the palms down and gripping the mat, pronating the forearms. So you're pressing down onto your knuckles and your fingers. I know I'm gonna sound like a repetitive broken plaque, but it's very important for us to keep remembering this. Now externally rotate your shoulders, press your palms and your knuckles, protract through your scapula. So separating the shoulder blades away from each other. And leaning forward, and notice how you feel on your wrist as you lean forward. And notice if you're dumping and you're arching your back, make sure you pull the ribs in. You'll notice the weight will start to kind of shift and the body starts to engage. Just observing here how you feel as you press onto your fingers, and then extend your legs. Now you come into high plank. Notice if you're resting in your high plank, can you push away? Notice if you shift back, can you stay forward? Remember, we're teaching ourselves to trust our fingers and our palms to press away and to shift our weight onto our hands. Amazing. Now begin to walk your knees forward. Bring your knees onto your tricep. Understanding how to come into crow pose I think is quite essential, especially if you want to speed up the process of your awareness as you move through the practice. Crow pose is essential because it teaches us how to shift our weight onto our hands. Now, in crow pose, we'll need to bend our elbows. If your elbow turns out as you bend the elbows, that's because you're internally rotating your shoulders. But if you externally rotate your shoulders and you bend your elbows, where does the elbows go? It goes backwards, like you're in. Externally rotate. When you bend the elbows, notice what happens. You come into chaturanga. You can be supported, it's fine. That comes into crow pose. So these are your basic, the foundation of inversions or arm balances. So make sure you get that correctly and learning how to shift your weight onto your hands. Now, hug the elbow in, round through the spine, shift your weight onto your hands. You don't have to lift your feet yet. It's about resistance. So you're pressing away, protract through the scapula, lean onto your hands, and then extend your legs back, stay forward. Now you're in chaturanga, nice strong chaturanga. Keep pressing onto your fingers as you grip the mat, shifting your weight onto your fingers, not just your wrist. Lower down and then press up. Always option to lower your knees whenever you need to. Now notice how that feels on your wrist. Sit on your heels and then just shake your wrist for a moment. And let's do some median nerve flossing. This will improve your wrist flexion or extension and improve the strength of your wrist flexion, and as well as the strength of the neck and the shoulders. So bring your arms into a T. To press the shoulder down, you feel those tingles. Now, you're going to drop your head from one shoulder to the other. Keep the shoulders down and just drop your head from one shoulder to the other for 5, 4, 3, 2, just notice those sensations that comes and goes. Make sure there's no pain. And then drop your head over towards your left shoulder. Now you're going to elevate the right shoulder up and down for 5, 4, you'll feel that sensations from your thumb, your index, the middle finger, and the ring finger. 3, that's your median nerve, and it's responsible for pronation of the forearm and the wrist, flexion of the wrist. To press the shoulder down, and now move your hands up and down. Good, now flex the wrist, bend the elbow, and extend. All right, switch side. Elevate the left shoulder up and down for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. To press it down, move your hands 5, 4, up and down, 3, 2, and 1. Fingers pointing up. To press the shoulder down, bend the elbow and extend. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release and just circle the neck. And then circle your shoulders. All right. Now find yourself back into your tabletop position. Align the elbow and the shoulders. Grip your mat, press your palms, externally rotate your shoulders, protract through your scapula, lean onto your hands. And notice how that feels just after neural flossing. You might feel good. I feel really good on my wrist now. There's less pressure, less tension. Lean forward onto your fingers. Press the floor, protract through your scapula. Hold it here. Option to drop your knees if you wish, but can you do scapular push up? So squeezing the scapula together, protracting through the scapula together. Let's do that for 10 rounds. If you need more spice and engagement of the core, you can hover your knees, tuck your pelvis for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Push the floor, lower your knees, grab opposite elbows, and gently roll your head from one shoulder to the other. Awesome work. Circle the shoulders. All right. Now we're gonna come into crow pose. You don't have to lift your feet, but if you can, please do so. And then we're going to keep our body weight forward as we step our feet back. So really teaching ourselves to shift our weight onto our hands. All right, let's prepare ourselves. Come into your malasana. Push your knees out to the side, lift the chest. Hands onto the floor, grip the mat. Externally rotate your shoulders. That means you're hugging the elbow in. Grip the mat, lift the hips, bring your knees into your tricep. Notice if you're sinking and you're elevating the shoulders up towards your ears. Bring the shoulders away from the ears, protract through your scapula. Notice if there's less weight onto your fingers. Make sure you grip and you shift. You shift and you resist. It's about pushing, resisting, and leaning. Resisting, pushing away, and leaning. Now maybe you can get light onto your feet. Then you can lower your feet, stay forward, just extend the right leg. Then extend the left leg. Tuck your pelvis, ribs in. Now you're in strong chaturanga. Option to drop your knees, lower down, press back up, high plank. Amazing. Stay in your high plank, grip the mat, you got this. Now walk your feet forward. Bring your knees into your tricep. So make sure you're not shifting back and losing the connection from your hands. Stay forward, lift your feet up if possible, gaze forward slightly, and then lower your feet. Lower down, breathe here. Awesome work. Now, as you can see, when we're stepping back and we're going forward, when we're stepping back, you probably notice it's a bit harder than stepping forward. And that's absolutely normal. The same thing when we're jumping forwards, it's a lot easier to control the negatives forwards, then actually floating back into chaturanga to find the lightness. So sensing this our body into this position through crow pose and chaturanga. But as you can see, we want to keep our weight forward as we bring our feet back. And going forward, the same thing. We want to be able to pull ourselves forward. So think of that. Think of push, grip, and pull before lifting. Push, grip, pull before lifting the legs. Pulling meaning your core is rounding because you're pulling, see? Pulling the ribs in, tucking the pelvis under, and then you pull the legs in. As you can see, I bend my knee rather than extending my knee. Focus more on soft lower part of the leg. And think of pulling the upper thighs and the lower belly together rather than extending your knee going forward. We're gonna go through with this tomorrow, but right now we're gonna keep just moving in this position 3 more rounds. So you sense that in your body. We're gonna add some more brain stimulation. So what we're going to do is we're gonna do some vision drills. So you're going to stick your thumb in front of you, eyes on the thumb, and then you're going to bring the left thumb close to the tip of the nose, and you're going to switch gaze. So it's near, far, focus gaze. So look at your left thumb and then the right thumb. Left thumb, right thumb. Left thumb, right thumb. Left thumb, right thumb, left thumb. Notice how the focus changes. Right thumb, left thumb, right thumb, left thumb, right thumb, left thumb, right thumb. One more time. Left thumb, right thumb. Close your eyes for a moment. Take a breath. All right, back into your squat pose. Lift the chest, plant the hands down, grip the mat, externally rotate your shoulders, lift from the hips, gaze slightly forward, find a focal point. Lean onto your hands and your fingers, push the floor away. Bring your feet slightly back, lean a little bit more, resist instead of dumping. Notice if you're dumping, make sure you resist. Notice if your elbows moving back. Make sure you're stacking your elbows over your wrist, and you'll notice your feet will become light. Option to lower your feet or not, but be light on your toes. Extend your left leg back. Stay here, stay forward and push and grip. Step the right foot back, stay here. Lower down, option to drop your knees, tuck your pelvis, press up, high plank. Breathe here, round through the back, tuck your pelvis. Now bring your left knee into your tricep. Stay forward, right knee into your right tricep. Bend your elbows, come back into your crow pose. Amazing work. Lower down. Take a moment to breathe. Circle your wrist. Move the breath. Okay. Now, the next round that we're going to do is we're going to use a pair of socks. So go ahead and grab a pair of socks. Be mindful of your mats. If the mats are too thick, like I just had now, it puts a lot of pressure on my wrists. So you may opt to make the mat thinner. It might feel better for your wrist. Okay, before we move forward, let's work on our wrist. Relax your fingers. Movement comes from the wrist. And you're going to lift the wrist up and down. It's a Tai Chi movement. As you can see, I'm not moving my hand like this. Okay, so your hands are quite relaxed, and let the wrist do the leading of the movement. So up and down. Then do side to side. Maybe you can even close your eyes. And then you're going to do figures of 8s. So try to draw figures of 8s with your wrists. Do your best. Remember, figures of 8 circles, what we're doing is we're trying to stimulate the cerebellum here as well, which houses 80% of your neurons, improving your accuracy, your balance, and your coordination. Now reverse that, figures of 8s. Ooh. Maybe you'll make mistakes, like I just did. There you go. If you make mistakes, try to fix that. Are you drawing figures of 8s, or just you're moving your hands for no reason? So pay attention in how you're moving your wrists. Good. Now shake him up. Bring your fingers pointing up towards the ceiling, leading from your thumb. Close your thumb, and then the index, and then the middle, and then the ring, and then the pinky. Flex your wrist, then flex your wrist down, and then turn your fist upwards, leading from the thumbs, and then the index, and then the middle, the ring, and then the pinky. Turn it back up, leading from the thumb, index, middle, ring, pinky. Turn it back up, thumb, open up all the way. So do this movement at your own pace, but make sure you know which fingers are leading, which is your thumb. And make sure you're flexing the wrist, turning it up and opening it, and extending the wrist. So make sure you're putting that effort of flexing and extending the wrist. Okay, shake him up, and you'll feel your forearm firing up, because that's what controls your hands and your fingers, the strength of our forearm. Okay, let's find ourselves back into our tabletop position. Grip the mat, press your palms externally, rotate your shoulders, protract through the scapula, shift your weight onto your hands and your fingers, tuck your pelvis, again, push, 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 push as much as you can. Extend your legs now. Tuck your pelvis, tuck your toes, and then drag. Pull your knees into your triceps as high up as you can. Good. Now send it back. Maybe, if possible, bend the elbows, lower down, chaturanga. Option to drop your knees. Press back up, high plank. Drag your knees into your armpits. Maybe bending your elbows, maybe shifting your hands onto your fingers, maybe getting your feet off the floor. Then you can lower it down, stay forward, keep the elbows bent, protracting through the scapula. Glide it back, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, sit on your heels. Shake your hands. Awesome work. Now, you may notice the knees are bent as we drag it towards our triceps, not extended. So we're gonna continue this on tomorrow, because you'll see, you'll witness what I'm trying to teach your body to feel. Shake your hands. We'll do that one last round. Place your palms to cover your eyes, block all the lights, breathe into the nose. Side out. Again, breathe into your nose. Side out. Okay, release your hands. Let's do that one more round. Now we're going to use the blocks now, making sure that we're not shifting back on making sure that we're not shifting back onto the heels of our hands. So make sure you don't touch the blocks. So bringing your arms closer to the blocks. Now feel your body, make sure you don't touch your blocks. Bend the elbows as you lower down and press up. As you can see, I don't shift back. Making sure that you're pulling yourself forward. Let's try that one more round. Come into Malasana. Lift the chest. Hands onto the floor. Grip the earth. Lean onto your hands. Protract through the scapula. Lean and push away. Press onto your palms. Press onto your fingers. Maybe your feet can be light. Make sure you look at one point. Shift your weight onto your hands. Stay forward without moving your elbows and the upper body. Glide back. You can do one at a time. Or maybe you can do together. Glide forward. Last one. Glide back. Chaturanga. Press up. High plank. Glide forward. Maybe crow pose. Awesome work. Come back down. Circle your wrist. Awesome work. Now, next time. All right, so that's it for today. We're gonna move forward tomorrow, working more on our core and our hips. And when we're stacking, when we're jumping forward, we need to open up the shoulders, so we're also gonna be working on opening the shoulders. See you on the next class.